That's what chicks put on their face at night, cold cream.
Yeah, or what happens to guys in cold weather, cold cream.
What?
Your insides just have to be going crazy.
They are. It does that cool, like, creeper effect.
It feels like a donut shop.
And just, burn it all the time. But I'd probably be a major fat ass if I did.
Yeah.
It makes you want to eat donuts.
Cold cream.
I like that it says I can drink it in the morning.
Cold cream.
They're giving me a pass to morning drinks.
Cold cream. Double Maple Imperial Morning Stout.
Woo!
Hi everyone.
I'm Janet.
I'm Jason.
We're
Gumbo Mud. We're here
for dark beer.
And today we have from the Midwest. What you got?
We have Octopi Double Maple Imperial Maple Morning Stout.
Your insides just have to be going crazy.
They are.
As much as you love maple.
I know. They so are. So a double maple. I like that it says I can drink it in the morning.
Yeah. Good beer to start with.
They're giving me a pass to morning drink. So I am super excited. And we've had a fair amount of Octopi brews.
Right.
And they do it for me.
Yeah, they're amazing. What do you think they mean by double maple? You think they recondition it with maple twice or something like that?
I would say at least like 2 doses of maple or maybe 2 variations of maple, but
at different times.
I mean, all I know of as far as authentic maple is Vermont maple.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's other maples out there. So yeah, I don't know. And they didn't specify.
They didn't specify what maple they used,
They got to keep some of the secrets under wraps, right?
Exactly, yeah. So as you guys know, Octopi, their collab brand that they collab with other breweries is called Untitled Art, which we've done quite a few of them.
Yes.
Here's a couple right here, or 1 or 2. But they're out of Waunakee, Wisconsin, and the description of this beer, it's a milk stout. So not only is it a double maple, but it's an Imperial Milk Stout with coffee beans and obviously maple syrup, and that's it.
11%, you guys.
Which
wow.
All the Untitled Arts we've had have all been, what, 12?
Most of them,
all over 10.
For an Imperial Milk Stout to come in at an 11, that gets me excited.
Yes. Sounds good.
Okay, so this beer was just released on July 14th, so feel, again, super fortunate to have this here to review for you guys.
Yeah, so soon,
So just kind of a brief description of what we can expect. Brewed with loads of coffee beans and multiple maple. Again, we're not sure exactly what that means.
I bet they use Vermont maple and other kind of maybe different maples to kind of get a nice blend for the double.
It goes down smooth, which I'm sure it does. First note, of course, is maple sweetness, and then balanced by a deep roasted coffee blend.
Yeah.
So, sounds so good.
And hopefully not bitter.
Right.
Coffee. You wouldn't think with the maple, right?
I would think bitter would be really hard to come through with the sweetness of maple.
Yeah, with double maple.
Yeah. So if you've seen our other Untitled Octopi collab videos, you know that they are a contact beverage facility in the Midwest.
Right. And
they're actually the first facility of that nature. They provide design, recipes, consulting, brand development. And the founder is Isaac Showaki out of Waunakee.
Yeah.
And his goal was to provide the gold standard in this industry. And before he opened Octopi, he did consulting, brewery management, and has extensive knowledge of co-packaging.
Yeah, so any of you guys out there want to brew your own beer, you can go there. They're contract brewery, and everything we've had, they're literally one of our favorite favorite breweries in the world. Yeah, everything we have from them, it's so flavorful.
Yes.
And I just think he's a master brewer. Like whatever they're doing there, it's incredible. Yeah. So that's about it. Like I said, watch some of our other videos from Untitled Art, where we can go into a little bit more about Octopi. But they're amazing. You can Google them. Their website's really good, and you can find out a lot of about them. They're in Wisconsin. So yeah. So you ready?
Ready.
Been ready for this one ever since you got it, huh?
Yeah. I was so excited. I don't think I've had a maple beer that's disappointed. That's been disappointing.
Yeah.
So to find one that says double maple
Yeah.
makes me super excited.
Yeah, and especially from Octopi, yeah. Yeah, there's even a date on here.
Right?
Yeah.
Just like I said.
Yeah, July 2nd.
Yeah.
Yeah, even a time, 8:58, almost 9 o'clock.
It's my favorite time.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
Are you waiting for me?
Well,
Sorry, I'm getting behind. Ready?
yeah,
Let's go.
yeah, you're
Let's do 3.
distracted.
Yeah. Ooh,
Pretty light.
pretty light. Yeah, for 11%. Really light. Look
Wow.
at that. It's like the color of the table.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wow.
I'm getting some faint aromas already, so
Yeah.
that's exciting.
Yeah, crazy how light it was, huh?
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, so if we're gonna go into an appearance, light for 11, I would think that's like it looks like a 6 or something when it's that light, right? Even 5.
It's pretty light. The head is much lighter than I expected also.
Yeah, but a nice head, nice bubbles.
Yeah.
The carbonation looks like spot on.
Yeah, it does.
For 11%, most of the time, if you watch some of our latest videos, we've had 12% beers. And man, there's hardly any lacing because they're so heavy. But
Yeah.
the carbonation on this actually looks good. It looks really dark in the glass. When we were pouring
Exactly.
it was almost, the color of this.
Right.
Yeah, the coffee beans on there.
I seem to find that with most of our beers. You pour
Yeah.
them, and when you can see through them,
Yeah.
it's totally different than when it's all in the glass.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. It's definitely, it's very dark.
It was light though coming in though, but look at the bubbles. Look
Yeah.
at it.
Yeah.
Kind of tiny. It's kind of interesting carbonation.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing how there's so many different carbonations, how it reacts to the beer
Right.
when you open it. So what do you give appearance?
I'm going to start with a 4.
Yeah.
It definitely poured light. I appreciate the darkness now that it's all in, but
Yeah.
it was a light pour.
Yeah.
The head is lighter than expected.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much diminished already. There's a thin ring around the edges.
Yeah.
Tiny little bubbles. I kind of was expecting a little bit more
Yeah.
for an 11, so
Yeah.
I'm starting with a 4.
I was going to give it a 4, but I think I give it a 4.5 because
Yeah.
I actually like the way it looks. Not a lot of lacing, but the head is there for 11%. I think it looks really good, and I really like the way the carbonation looks. There's a slight little film over the top, almost white.
Yeah, there is a film.
Isn't that crazy? But maybe the milk part of the lactose or something, but yeah, it looks good. So I think it looks really good for some
Good.
reason. So
Yeah.
I give it a 4.5. So
Okay.
aroma, you said you smelled something.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
See, I don't smell anything yet.
A total mouth water. Oh my goodness.
Is all you're getting is maple?
No.
You get some coffee?
I get, it smells like a bakery. You go in and buy donuts, like it's just a sweet bakery aroma.
Yeah.
I do get coffee and cream, vanilla, but yeah, the maple is bumping. Like I love it. Oh,
It smells like a donut shop. As soon as you walk into a donut shop.
Exactly.
Like you've mentioned cold cream before.
Cold Stone.
Sorry, Cold Stone, cold cream. Cold Stone.
that's what chicks put on their face at night. Cold
Yeah.
cream.
Yeah, or what happens to guys in cold weather. Cold cream.
What?
Anyway,
Wow.
it smells like when you go to get donuts at
Yes.
any kind of donut shop. That's exactly. Boy, it smells
Oh.
good. Wow. Yeah. So, what do you give aroma?
I love the aroma. Like,
Yeah.
no questions. It's a 5 for me.
Yeah.
I would actually like to have this in a candle form and just,
Yeah.
burn it all the time. But I'd probably be a major fat ass if I did. 'Cause
Yeah.
It makes you want to eat donuts.
Look at it has a white film over it. Look how thick. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The film on the
Two
top
different
reminds
colors.
me when you add cream to coffee.
Yes.
It does
Yes.
that cool creeper effect where, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's not going anywhere. It's just sitting there. So I got this white kind of cream on top, and then the little bit of head that's tan
Yeah.
around the edges. It's like two different things, but it's got to be one of the best smelling beers I've
For
ever had.
Oh,
Wow, it's
man.
crazy. All right, you've been waiting. Taste.
You said 5, right?
I don't think I did, but yeah, I give it a 5 too. I like how that's one of the best smelling beers, if not the best smelling beer I've ever had.
I think our partnership would end if you didn't give it a 5.
Yeah, that aroma's a 5.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
good.
aroma 5.
There we
So
go.
I think we need to open up a donut shop and serve beers like this. Oh my
It's
God.
so good.
Yeah. So what are you getting? The same thing, aroma?
The aroma completely follows the taste. Maybe it's the other way around. I don't know who follows who.
Yeah.
But it tastes exactly like it smells. It is super, super sweet. So, I would anticipate one of these would be plenty for you, but an amazing dessert beer. If you have just a sweet tooth and, you want to satisfy that, this will definitely do the trick. I mean, it's outstanding.
You know what it reminds me of? When I've had barrel-aged beers and they get super sweet, but it has absolutely no whiskey or barrel aged in it at all. It is all maple. There's no bitterness. There's no dark fruit. There's anything like that. It's just like a paste. This is a pastry stout to me. True pastry stout.
Right. Although it's not categorized as that.
No.
This is what I expect. Exactly.
Yes, it's freaking amazing. Like
It
it's
is.
so good, and I don't even think it's too sweet. Like at first it's sweet, but now it's not. Like it's an interesting blend, and maybe it's the double maple, and maybe they mixed the maple some kind of way. But wow, it's good beer. So what do you give taste?
It's really good. I'm going to give it a 5. It's everything I hoped it would be. It is like I still think it's super sweet, but like you said, it doesn't finish super sweet. So it makes you want to, have another sip.
Yeah. And the carbonation's like perfect.
It is.
For me, it's not too carbonated at all, but there's a nice balanced carbonation. I'm with you. I give it a 5. Like this beer is so good.
And it's great.
And it's crazy how the carbonation is spot on. It's not too much at all. And at 11%, most of the time carbonation is not enough. Like you like carbonation a lot. So
yes.
Yeah. So what about texture? 11%.
Despite the way it poured, it seemed like it was going to be pretty light, but I think the texture's pretty spot on. It might be a tad bit light, maybe more like a 9 body wise. Because it's so sweet, it almost has like that syrupy, maple syrup or just any syrup in general, that syrupy mouth coating. I get the vanilla and like a cafe au lait, kind of mouthfeel. So it's very coating, but just right. I think, I mean, like I said, I think maybe it's more of a 9% texture, not an 11, but for that, I'll give it a 4.5.
4.5. That's what I was thinking. I'm gonna give it a 4.5 too, because it does taste a little light for 11, but as sweet as it is, we've had some that were so thick and sweet that you didn't want much of it. It was too much.
Yeah.
Where this is a very drinkable 11, and it's a little bit lighter, which I really like.
Right.
And I'm with you. When I first saw the color, it looks like it would be super light, but I'm with you. It's like a 9.5 or a 10.
Yes.
Maybe. It's not 11, but maybe once you have a couple, you'll feel the 11.
Right.
But I'm with you. Yeah. Exactly what you said.
I don't think that that's a great point. I don't think that I would want it to be any heavier than it is, right?
Yeah.
It would just kind of, it would be too much. It would be, sensory overload with, the taste and the mouthfeel and, even the aroma. If it was anything other than what it is, it would be too much.
Not surprising from Isaac, man. Right? Like, it's just not surprising. So, what about the finish?
The finish is...
How different is the finish than the rest of the beer?
It's so surprising. It's such a clean, dry finish, despite the, maple sweetness overload.
Yeah.
It has such a clean, unique finish.
You expect it to be so sweet because you get so much maple in the middle in the beginning, and then it kind of dissipates and it finishes dry almost, which I love.
I know.
Isn't that crazy?
It's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how you achieve so much sweet aroma, so much sweet taste, and then have this like completely like evaporated dry finish that you just want to keep on sipping. So this is, telltale signs of an experienced, like magician brewer. Like,
it's crazy how good they are.
I know.
It really is.
I know.
I mean, for us that like stouts, every stout I think we've ever had from Octopi and Untitled Art is just blows you away with the flavor.
I know.
So much flavor. And this one's so different with that finish. Like the finish is so different that it surprises you because there's so much maple in it.
Yes.
And then, man, that back end of it, it's just like it dissipates and it finishes. What is the finishing taste? Because it's not maple.
I guess it's kind of, I think it's a blend of the coffee, vanilla, and just
Maybe a little lactose, the milk sugar.
Yep.
Right?
Right.
Maybe a little bit of coffee.
Cream, like a coffee with cream.
It almost wants to get bitter, right? It almost, like it starts and it dissipates. It's an interesting finish.
It really is.
It's wow. Yeah.
Super layered.
Yes.
Like, yeah, it's crazy. I mean.
Yeah. So what do you give the finish?
I really appreciate the finish.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 5.
5?
Yeah.
I give it a 4.5. I just knocked a little bit off because it finishes, it's not quite bitter, but it's something like it finishes like a completely different beer.
Yes.
Which is crazy, but I like it. So I almost want it to be like a little tad, just a touch sweeter maybe.
Really?
Just a little bit.
Goodness.
Because I'm almost getting a little bit of bitter, but I think that's where the coffee's coming from, and probably some of the milk sugar, lactose is kind of fighting it or something. But I really like the way it finishes. So yeah, I give it a 4.5. Like it's right there. So
Good.
So Janet, what do you give Octopi's Double Maple Imperial Morning Stout? It's kind of a long name.
It does. It's a long name. It's a mouthful.
Yeah.
I give this beautiful masterpiece of a beer a 4.9%. I am a total sucker for maple. Maple desserts, maple donuts, maple fudge. Like, I love to bake with maple year round. Like, I know it's kind of considered a fall kind of thing, fall, winter, but I'm busting that stuff out year round. And this beer is everything I hoped it would be. I've had nothing but a good experience with Octopi beers, and this one is no different. It actually may be my favorite, so different in that way, but just super smooth, super drinkable.
This is your beer.
This is my beer. And, I don't know how available it's going to be to me on the West Coast, and Octopi being in Waunakee, Wisconsin. But just so enjoyable and just near perfection for me. So I had a 4.9.
4.9, yeah. I gave it a 4.8. It's not surprising. The biggest surprise for me is the finish on it. Most of the time we get these kind of beers, they're pretty consistent all the way through, especially once you get in the higher ABVs. They're consistent all the way through. And this tastes lighter than an 11, which we actually like. And it finishes completely different than the rest of the beer, which I actually like too. So it doesn't have a lingering finish on it. You want to keep just sipping it. It doesn't, the residue isn't even that bad, which we usually get an even heavier residue. It's just a well brewed beer, and it's not surprising from Octopi. Like, it's one of the first places I want to go when I travel. Like, I want to go there and try their beers. Like, it's one of the places I would probably join a membership if I could get their beers, because everything we have is insane.
I so would. I'd do it like with no hesitation. Like, just here, take my credit card, charge it up. Like, completely. Yeah.
So what an amazing beer. You guys try to find it if you can. It's incredible. So Gumbo Mud Review is a 4.8 out of 5. So almost a perfect 5, which, for you loving the maple, and I actually love maple too, but this one isn't too much, which I really like. And I really like the way it finishes, and it kind of cuts the maple off and finishes this nice kind of, I don't know, like we said, if it's the milk stout or if it's the coffee, but something on the back end just kind of cuts the maple and finishes really nice. Where you want more of the front end of the maple, you want to drink more. So, great beer. Not surprising. We got to try to find more of it.
I know.
Right?
I could definitely sip this in the morning.
Yes.
Like, it gives you. Anytime I have maple beers, I for some reason it just reminds me of like pancakes or waffles. French toast casserole, I make that. Like, it just like, I don't know.
The finish of this beer just separates it from, I think, most beers I've had. that it's so good and sweet and maple. And then the back end is just different and finishes dry and not sweet.
Yeah.
And clean, and it's just crazy. It's crazy how the back end finishes this beer. So anyway, Gumbo Mud review is a 4.8 for Octopi Double Maple Imperial Morning Stout.
Woo!
So anyway, guys,
Wow.
visit Octopi, look at the website, try to find this beer, see if you can get it in your area, and try it and let us know how you like it.
Yes.
It's one of our favorite beers I think we've had, and we've had quite a few Untitled Art beers that we just love. So anyway, thank you guys for watching this review. Click the like and share button and share it with everyone, especially people that like morning maple anything and have this in the morning. And then click the subscribe button for more dark beer reviews.
And you can find us on Instagram. It's Gumbo Mud, MUDD, and we hope that you'll follow us there. We put out a post with our newest YouTube videos, and then we do some giveaways and other fun stuff. So
Yeah.
find us there and follow us.
Yeah, so thank you guys for watching,
Yes,
and we'll
thank
see you
you.
next time. Bye.
Cheers.